What's up, everybody? It is the Best Spot Kid Smooth, and I am back with another video. And today's video is not to cover another FPS boost game. I'm still playing Sleeping Dogs. I'm loving that game, dude. It's like, matter of fact, just to prove to you guys, I'm still playing that bad boy right here. I think I'm at the tail end of it. I'll let you know what I think of it once it's done. What I want to talk about is Xbox, and it's how it can possibly maintain its momentum or exceed its momentum. And I want to talk about a couple of things because a lot of people have been chirping about the Stalker 2 delay, and people has been kind of making fun of Xbox about the lack of releases in the first half of the year. And they keep saying the whole thing like Xbox has no games until the fall or November and stuff like that, even though Crossfire X comes out in about 3.5 weeks. That's an exclusive. Tunic comes out in March. That's also an exclusive. So that's neither here or there. Now I'm not going to sugarcoat PlayStation's first half, at least the early half of the year. It's looking more promising with their releases. You got to consider Horizon Forbidden West. You got to consider Gran Turismo 7. Those are their big games, and those are coming back-to-back months. I mean, I think they're about approximately 2 weeks apart, or maybe a week apart. And those are big. And if I'm Xbox, you don't want to be quiet during those times. So Xbox is losing I don't want to call it major, because I don't see Stalker 2 as this major AAA game. Graphically, it looks amazing, but I didn't see it. I don't even think it's any more popular than Metro. But it was a decent sized third-party game going into Game Pass day and date and as a timed exclusive. But you're losing that because that game comes out in December now, and if you're coming out in December, you're off my radar for. I'm not thinking about anything in December at this point. So they did secure Rainbow Six Extraction for Game Pass day one, day and date. And that's going to be, I think, later this week that it comes out into Game Pass. I'm actually going to give this game a try. I'm not the biggest fan of Rainbow Six, but Game Pass obviously allows me to give this game a try without, spending the $40 or $50 in it. And like I said, I've been appreciating Ubisoft release efforts. But how I think Xbox can capitalize and stay on people's mind and carry momentum through these upcoming big PlayStation releases, they're going to have to do what they've done last year. We know what they did last year. Outriders Game Pass day one, big third-party game that was, pretty good. And then they had MLB The Show. What do I think they can do this year? Right now, Rainbow Six Extraction, that was actually confirmed, I want to say, earlier this month. It's not like this was a thing all like that we known for months. This was like a same month announcement. So I think in the month of February that Xbox does get a major Game Pass day one release. You got to consider games like Dying Light 2. You got to consider games like Elden Ring. I don't think Elden Ring is going to be the game that goes day and date. Not yet. I do believe Dying Light 2 does get a Game Pass announcement. Now, I could be totally wrong, and let me not make this a prediction video. What I've been trying to do, how does Xbox hold momentum? They carry momentum by getting Dying Light 2, Stay Human into Game Pass day and date. And this is it's not the biggest release. You got to look at the biggest releases of February. The biggest releases of February is Elden Ring, and then on the PlayStation side is obviously Horizon Forbidden West. But Dying Light 2 has been flying under the radar for some reason. I don't know what its pre-order numbers are looking like, but this would be a huge get. We know this game was premiered on Xbox's stage at E3 the last time they had like a live E3. I'm almost certain the first console gameplay we're going to see is going to be on Xbox Series. There's some sort of partnership there. And I think just because a game, like when big games, the biggest games that go to Game Pass day and date aren't announced ahead of time. They're typically announced within, I want to say 3 weeks, within 3 weeks of its release. And I think this can happen for Dying Light too. I think this would carry that momentum. It would give Game Pass and Xbox people, with the mindshare, it'll keep Xbox in the mindshare, and that would be a big get. Like I said, obviously something like Elden Ring would be bigger, but Dying Light is not bad. And I think if Xbox is serious about carrying that momentum, they're coming off of big sales of the Xbox Series during the holiday season. They want to carry that momentum into February and January. January you got Rainbow Six. You want to carry that momentum, and I think if you don't have, if Xbox doesn't have really no major games coming out from their first party, and until maybe June or July with Redfall possibly, I think they should target a big third party game or a third party release each month in Game Pass until their first party starts coming out this year. I think you start that off with Dying Light. And what did I say? You got Gran Turismo for PlayStation coming out March 4th, I believe, the first week of March. I think there's a couple games coming out in March that we know of so far. Obviously, these aren't all the games. There is a Final Fantasy game coming out for Xbox that's going to remain multiplayer. Stranger of Paradise. If I'm Xbox, so far with the March releases, I think you have to go after Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I think Xbox can possibly get Tiny Tina Wonderland Game Pass day one, and something tells me it will be a Game Pass day one game. I know the guys from 2K, Take-Two, whatever, said they don't they don't think Game Pass is valuable or subscription for their game day one is valuable to them. But just to give you guys a heads up, Take-Two, 2K, they're no strangers to Game Pass. All their big games so far has been into Game Pass. NBA 2K has been in the Game Pass. Borderlands 3 has been in Game Pass already. What else I'm missing? That was Grand Theft Auto 5, of course. Red Dead Redemption 2 has Red Dead Redemption has been in there. You have the multiplayer that they had in there. A lot of Take-Two and 2K's games have been in Game Pass. Now, it haven't been day one. I think the game that they can get day one is Tiny Tina. Like I said, I'm not hearing a whole lot of hype about this game. I'm not sure what their pre-order numbers are like. And Phil Spencer and the CEO of Take-Two, they're pretty cool. They're pretty close. They know what Game Pass numbers are. We heard that conversation, and they do like the service. They just haven't committed to day one, and I think that changes with Tiny Tina Wonderland. And if it's not Tiny Tina, I wouldn't be surprised if Final Fantasy Origin goes in, because even though I'm not the biggest fan of some of the decisions that Square Enix makes when it comes to Xbox and some of their games being omitted from the Xbox platform, you gotta consider a few things that Square Enix have done. They did put Outriders in Game Pass day one, a AAA game that they've done is made by, I want to say it's not their their Japanese based studio, and it was a third party developer, but it was a published game for Square Enix. They've also put Octopath Traveler in their day one, and even though it came out for Switch maybe a year before it came to Xbox, but by the time it came to Xbox and what other platform did it come to? Maybe PC, maybe I don't know, but it came to Xbox day when it released on Xbox. It came day and date. So Square Enix is not foreign to Game Pass. They've supported Game Pass, and they've been supporting Game Pass with their games, whether it be like the Tomb Raiders, Marvel's Avengers, like I said, Outriders, Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest. Though Dragon Quest was a day one game, I will not be surprised if Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins is in Game Pass day one. I think these additions will go over well. I think they're big enough games. They have some level of anticipation. I just don't know what the pre-orders are like. They going under the radar, but I think these are quality tier games, and these are like good gets that Xbox can pair with those interesting indies and AA games that they're adding into the service. If there's going to be some AAA games that you should look out for into Game Pass, that Xbox should be looking out for to add into Game Pass over the next 2 months, look for Dying Light 2, look for Final Fantasy Origin, and look for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This is what I think Xbox should tackle and go after during these early months of Game Pass, while PlayStation, they're dropping some of these major games. We know they're getting, I know Saifu, to me, I don't think it's a big deal, but Saifu's coming out fairly soon. Horizon Forbidden West is going to be a big hit. Gran Turismo's coming out, is getting a lot of hype. And then, you know, Elden Ring is a big third-party game. I don't think Xbox get that. I know they can afford it. They can definitely do it if they really gave Bandai. I'm gonna say this, not only Square Enix is familiar with Game Pass, Bandai Namco has been a big supporter of Game Pass. So even if they don't get Elden Ring day one, I would anticipate it 3 to 6 months after release. That I won't be surprised. Pay attention to the publisher. It's Bandai Namco. Scarlet Nexus has already been in is already in Game Pass, and it came to Game Pass 3 months after its release. I wouldn't be surprised if Tales of Rise end up in Game Pass fairly soon. But that's my video, guys. I want to know what you think, what's your thoughts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know how you feel in the comment section. Am I on to something? What should Xbox do to help usher in the first half of the year? Since even though they got games coming, throughout the year. Obviously, they're more so over. It's not Starfield. It's not Redfall. Those we know are slated for second half of the year. We know Forza is going to be the second half of the year. They do need a game. They do need something for the first half of the year, and I think some major Game Pass additions will help that. Now, one point I want to cover before I end this video: Crossfire X. For some reason, it's an Xbox exclusive, and it's only releasing on Xbox. It's not even releasing on PC. Crossfire X is not releasing on PC, at least not yet. I repeat, Crossfire X is not releasing on PC. It's a console game. This version that's coming out in February is a console game, by the way, right? It's releasing on Xbox. I don't know why it's not on Game Pass. You can't pre-order the game. I'm already in March releases right now. You can't pre-order the game. It has a release date of February 10th. I don't know if they're going to pull a gunk and put the pre-order up maybe 4 days before release or something like that. But I'm going to say this. The game has no hype, even though I'm interested in it because it's Remedy and I need like a Call of Duty knockoff fix, because I'm not really want to play Call of Duty. I'm not going to spend $70 for it. I am in for a Call of Duty fix, so I do plan on buying Crossfire X. But I'm telling you right now, that game has 0 pre-orders. It has 0 marketing going on. There's no marketing budget going on. And they're planning to release this on Xbox and not into Game Pass. I wouldn't be surprised if come February 1st, they confirm Crossfire X is in Game Pass, because it's a financial mistake for all parties involved if it's not in Game Pass, because now you're setting that game up to fail. Sure, the previews aren't too hot. It's probably going to be somewhere between a 67 and 72 Metacritic based on the previews. But if you want to take the most advantage of it, you put the game in Game Pass day one. I'm interested in playing the story. I like what Remedy does with stories. I like what Remedy does with graphics. And but yeah, I'm not going to sleep on Crossfire, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if it's a last minute addition to be a day one release on Xbox Game Pass. That's my video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best spot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here.